Hello you guys, welcome back to the channel. This is JJ and today I'm going to be answering my most requested question throughout my spiritual journey. So if you're new to spirituality, or if you've been wanting to learn tarot, or if you've been wanting to just, start reading for other people or just get familiar with tarot, these are the top 5 tarot deck for beginners. Okay, this is for people who are in the beginning stages of their journey. If you're a little bit more advanced, then maybe this will not be the video for you. But if you still want to get used to the decks that I started out with, or that I feel I recommend for beginners, then this is the video for you. So let's get started with the first suggestion. So the first tarot deck that I would suggest for beginners, especially if you're new on this journey to tarot, I would recommend a basic Rider-Waite tarot. So this is the Radiant Tarot, and I will leave the links in the description box below with the names and the links on Amazon. So, and no, I am not affiliated. No, I'm not getting any money if you click on the links. Okay, this is just for me to help you guys. So this is your regular Rider-Waite. This is like your standard imagery, and this is great if you're wanting to learn like the symbolism in the cards or in the deck itself. It's amazing to learn, like I said, the basics in tarot, and without adding any like extra symbols or anything like that. This is like your basic. Like you want to learn the basic, this is like, I want to know the traditional tarot. This will be your deck right here. Okay, it's perfect for beginners. Like I said, because it has your standard imagery. It's the same. It's what most books covered. If you're going based on books, so you'll be able to relate to it easily. Another deck that I would recommend here for you guys, if you're just beginning and you're like, no, I don't want to start with like a regular tarot deck. I want something that has more words in the cards, then I would recommend this one, Angel Wisdom Tarot. And it's the same 78 card deck, and it's by Radleigh Valentine. I was going to recommend the Doreen Virtue one, but I know that she's not selling her things anymore, so I don't want to do that to you guys, because I know they can get really pricey on Amazon and things like that. But this one is a great deck to start off with, because it has a really good like meaty book, and I love how it's very well written, in my personal opinion. And this is the deck. So it is it's a big deck. As you can see, it's a big deck. It almost covers my hand. And this one is great for those who want a little bit more, like, let's say, for example, you're not familiar with the deck. You're like, I want some keywords, or I want a little bit of translation, or a little bit of something that can help me remember what the cards mean, because I'm learning to memorize, or I'm learning to trust my intuition. Then this will be the perfect deck for you guys. And yes, the imagery is not the same as the other decks, right? This is the death card in this deck, where the death card in the traditional Rider-Waite will be like this. So as you can see, the imagery is a little bit different, but it does give you keywords, okay? And this one has the angels association. So if you work with archangels or angelic energy, this would be a great deck for you. Like I said, it's a little bit more, I feel, not as harsh as a regular Rider-Waite. This is the devil card. This is the 8 of Wands. So like I said, the imagery is very different, but it does have the elements right here. Okay, the 10 of Pentacles, and it has, all of them have like some type of definition there. So the wheel, a fresh new start, end of delay, sudden or unexpected progress, a positive change in your life, travel, or new vehicle. So I do feel like it does relate. It is very standard to regular Rider-Waite. It's a great deck for you to begin, to start your journey, or if you're having trouble memorizing the cards themselves, this is a great deck for you to start with. Again, this is the Angel Wisdom Tarot by Radleigh Valentine. Now, the other ones that I'm going to show, they're a little bit more along the lines of the regular. They're like a recreation, if you will. Some of them will be a little bit more modern. For example, the Modern Witch Tarot deck. This is very, very modern. but it is almost very similar in imagery, interpretation. It's very diverse, which I love. As we can see with the death card, it's very similar. Just certain things change, right? Here we have the priest, here we have a woman, but it's kind of the same thing. But just if you want something a little bit more modern, more hip, then this will be your deck. And the reason why I say it's more modern, it's because of the diversity in the deck, but also because my favorite card will be the Hermit in this deck. This is the Chariot. But because, like I said, the Devil, they're very traditional, okay? This is a very traditional deck. Like the imagery is not too far off. Where is the not the Hierophant? The Hermit. Oh, because the Hermit has a computer here. So it's a little bit more modern, right? We get disconnected. Let's disconnect. Let's turn off our electronics. Let's go within. Let's meditate. Let's connect with our inner teacher, with our inner wisdom. So this is a great deck. Really good quality, I would say. And this is, here it is. This is the Modern Witch Tarot deck by Lisa Sturley, I believe. Very beautiful deck. And again, it's 78 cards as well. So if you want something a little bit more modern, but you still want the traditional imagery, that will be your deck for you. Like I said, really good deck. A lot of diversity in this deck. Now, if you want something a little bit more, let's see. I have 3 more decks here. No, 2 more decks to go. Okay, let's continue with the theme of the same imagery. I love this deck. This is the Lightseer's Tarot. Again, 78 cards. Very beautiful, by Chris Ann. It also comes with a beautiful deck. A chunky deck. This one doesn't. This one comes with a very small deck. Let me see if I have it here before I move on. Yeah. So if you're wanting to learn off the guidebook for this one, it's not that much information here. Okay, it's the basic, but it's nothing like, if you're really wanting to dive deep into the book, this will not be the one. This would be, I feel like, more intuitive, or if you have a little bit more knowledge to tarot. But this one, the Lightseer's Tarot, again, is very same imagery, I want to say, but it's a little bit more. There's a lot of creativity. You can definitely read like what it means, the symbols of the images. Very easy to read, in my opinion. Like we can see the Emperor, he has a piece of chess, right? Very strategic. We have the 8 of Wands, very similar to the regular Rider-Waite. 3 of Wands, very similar. Again, the 10 of Cups, it has diversity as well. I love it. I love it. I love it. The Hermit, this is my favorite card in the deck. Very similar, just a little bit more modern. The Hierophant, the 3 of Cups. So again, these are great if you want to learn like the traditional meanings of it. I just feel like the images here are more impactful. If you're a very intuitive reader, I would highly recommend this, because the 10 of Wands definitely gets the message across that this woman is carrying a heavy burden. This woman is, it hasn't been easy. As with the Empress, we can see that she's pregnant, so she's beginning something. She's very fertile, right? Here with the Fool, we can see that she is falling into this lake that has this sacred geometry, and she's trusting, she is releasing, and she's using her intuition with the amethyst. So see how you can read it very intuitively, right? You can be like, I'm drawn to the amethyst, so this lets me know that I need to follow my intuition, right? Then we have the Queen of Swords, which I love this because we can see that she has that cup locked up behind bars, so her emotions are locked up. She doesn't allow herself to dive deep into her emotions. Very beautiful. Then we have the Hawk here. Here the Page of Cups, very dreamer, when pigs can fly type of energy here. This is my favorite deck, as favorite card here, Death and Rebirth. I love this death. It's just the beginning of something else. But like I said, it's very similar. The 9 of Wands, But there are certain things that are a little bit different that you can pick up on. Like we have the rune here. There's just a lot of things you can pick up on. I love this imagery of justice. It's kind of the same, but not really. Very beautiful deck. Like I said, it has runes. It has a lot of things that you can pick up. So this would be a great deck for you to learn the basics, but not only the basics, but add a little bit more to it, right? Like if you wanted to learn runes with it as well. If you wanted to know certain meanings of certain things, or if you want to read more intuitively, this would be the deck for you. Now, the last deck that I have here is the Tarot of Mystical Moments. This is a very beautiful deck, and it does have a really good book, in my opinion. It has reversals. It has really good. It's okay. It's okay. I don't really use guidebooks, you guys, but you know, if you're beginning, I would highly suggest, unless you want to intuitively read. So the deck of this one, the reason why it's so unique is because, but it's kind of the same. As you can see, the Hanged Man is still the Hanged Man, the Knight of Cups. There's still certain things. I love this Five of Pentacles. Her dress is made like a cage. Then we have the World. So it's very similar. The Justice, the Moon. But the reason why I say this one is a little bit different and I save it till the end, it's because it has two kings in each suit. So we have the King of Swords here. And let me show you the other one. It's a very beautiful deck. So much symbolism as well. I feel like it evokes emotion for sure. This deck here, I love this Eight of Swords. It's like this girl has wings, but yet she chooses to stay in the cage, right? So again, it's very easy for you to read intuitively. The Knight of Wands, he is a risk taker. So of course I would see him, it's beautiful, you know, jumping through this ring of fire. So another king. As you can see, they're going to have a female and a masculine version of the kings in this particular deck, which I found very interesting because there is a feminine aspect to and a masculine aspect to every court card in the deck. Okay, here it is. So you have the King of Swords and then we have the King of Swords. So you have two kings because one is a feminine version of the king and one is a masculine version of the king. So again, if you want to dive deep more into that, this would be the perfect tarot deck to have, because then you can be like, okay, this person, if you're reading a person, this person is operating from the feminine aspect of the King of Swords. Whereas if you were to get this, then this person is, you know, acting from a place more of masculine energy, or this could be you, right? If you're interpreting for yourself. But like I said, the imagery is very similar to the regular Rider-Waite. So it's great, again, if you are beginning this journey. The Queen of Swords, the Emperor also has two versions. There's a masculine version of the Emperor and there's a feminine version of the Emperor. There's two Emperor cards if I'm not mistaken. But it's a really good deck for you to begin with. I love this tarot card because, you know, the tarot has the Tower. The Tower card always talks about releasing, letting go of you know, surrendering, trusting that if something is meant to fall apart, like in this tarot card, then, you know, you're supposed to be willing to trust. And we can see that this person is holding on to this tower for dear life. And so there's so much, again, emotion that this deck evokes. And that's why I feel like it's an amazing deck in my personal opinion. But yeah, that is, I'm just trying to look for the other the Emperor card, but I couldn't find it. But like I said, it has two emperors. It has two kings of each suit. Each suit has two kings. And again, the imagery is beautiful. The Six of Cups definitely takes you back to reminiscing, right, to the old days. So it definitely gets that point across. Like I said, a very intuitive deck. I love this Two of Swords too. It's like you can't see the path forward. But that is what I have for you guys. These are the decks that I do recommend for for beginners on the tarot journey. Like always, I will leave everything in the description box below. Thank you to all of you who have joined the webinar. Only 10 spots left. The webinar is all about the awakening and what is it about. What symptoms do you feel? You know, because I always get asked as well, what is an awakening, JJ? Am I going through an awakening? Well, this webinar is to just offer you clarity in regards to what that is, how long does it last, what are the stages. And if you're interested, again, that will be in the description box below. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.